I guess an obvious starting point would be, the fact that we wanted to put a Bubba Grip on a fishing rod. Throughout the years, grown from just a Bubba blade fillet knife into a lot of other categories. The obvious missing category was the fishing rod. That, of course, wasn't going to just be a off-the-shelf fishing rod that we were just going to slap a grip on and call it good. So we pretty quickly realized that we needed to design this quite literally from the ground up. It took years of development and months of research to really get everything in line for even having a good starting point. Really building the perfect rod comes from the professionals that use these things day in and day out.
So early on in this experience, Bubba contacted me and they're gonna send down some of their new products, some prototypes. They didn't really fill me in on what it was gonna be, but I figured some knives, some different tools and whatnot, but they brought down some rods. We immediately just took them out in the field, man. We just went get on fish. We really look for something that can stand the abuse we're gonna put it through, and it's a lot. We're very unforgiving, and we need something that's gonna feel good in our hands, and it can be fatiguing reeling these fish in all day.
Feel's my number one for sure. Sensitivity, like the tip, you gotta be able to feel the fish, especially like redfish. We really just kind of put them to the test, knowing that the person who's gonna use it's gonna try to use it for everything.
We put a lot of heavy emphasis on retaining that information from those professionals. There's no metric to it. A lot of it's by feel. That paved the way for extensive testing.
We beat the tar out of these things, like situations you never even have them on normally. So we took them on the Viking, we threw them offshore, and we were pulling up a 40-pound red snapper off the bottom with them, and they're an inshore rod, but if they can withstand that, getting high stick coming up to the boat, they can really withstand everything.
That's where things got really interesting for me, actually, because I want to know how it fails, and with the intention of finding improvements. My goal was to retain as much of that feedback and integrate it into the rod design. Sort of a two-headed approach. So focusing on the blank design was one detail, and then alongside that, really in tandem, focusing on the grip design.
And grip's a big thing. Like today we're fishing and we got a big giant black drum this morning and it slimes all over the boat. You're on a school of big drum and you want to get back out there and cast back on them again. My hands are slimy and nasty, trying to get another 50+ inch fish on the boat, and I'm gonna hold on to that reel I have and not lose it in the water.
And Bubba's the first company that's actively reached out and said, hey man, how can we make this better? We want the input from guys like you, from people who are gonna use it and inform us to be able to make the best product possible.
Had to hold up to not only the salt water, but obviously intense exposure to sun.
We're not just taking it out on the weekends or 1 week in a month. It's every day, all day long, under stress. Don't forget the design. They just look good. They look good, they feel good, and well built. I would tell a fellow fisherman, they're in doubt about what rod to buy next, I'd say get your hands on that grip. Feel that Bubba Grip, go fish with it for a day. Feel how it feels in your hands, feel how your hands feel after horsing and fishing all day, and you'll be converted.
We already offer the knives, the tools, nets, gaffs. By adding rods to that product selection, we wanted to complete that water to plate story.